Hello there. If you're like me and have been trying to deal with the fact that you might have a rabbit hole dwelling crazy conspiracy theorist lacking critical thinking who's suddenly been elected to your local body council, which don't worry, there's not a huge amount of them out there, but there are some, and you've been wondering what you can do to keep them in check, got a handy guide for you, and I got this one directly from the horse's mouth, as it were. I approached LGNZ, Local Government New Zealand, asking for some advice around this particular area, because I've been stonewalled consistently when I go looking for ways of being able to offer feedback or create a process to allow public to lay complaints against elected officials abusing their position and their power. So I'll give you a quick rundown on what LGNZ has said soon, but first, just a little reminder for you that there are processes in place for each individual council and local authority, because they have to come up with their own process on doing this. Some councils allow people to lay complaints, the majority don't, not directly. You'd have to go through an elected official who's on the same board as the person that's causing the issue. So to do that, just jump on the website for your local council and you'll be able to track down that information directly on who's on that board and who you can approach about laying a code of conduct complaint on your behalf. But let's see what LGNZ had to say about this. This actually came from one of the policy advisors at LGNZ, and it pretty much goes through what I've just said. There's a code of conduct that's in place for every council, but it's unique for every council. And while they have a template that they can use, it's going to be adjusted a little bit based on a whole bunch of factors that are really specific to those individual councils. And you can raise a code of conduct complaint through that council if you've got a member on the board or council itself that you can connect with who wants to put it forward. And 9 times out of 10, these councillors are going to do what they can to just sort of mitigate the issue, maybe start a dialogue, let people know what's going on. It's about communication here. But what I do love is the last line about how sometimes you have to resort to public pressure and media to make sure you get your message across. Now, when I made my submission for the local government reform yesterday, took me like an hour, super easy. One of the things I was really careful to pinpoint was the fact that there is very little that the public can do in terms of processes to hold to account elected officials in between elections. And I thoroughly recommend you go do the same if you get a chance. It's futureforlocalgovernment.govt.nz. Have a look through. It gives you a rundown on what they're proposing. They ask you for feedback, whether you agree or disagree. Super, super easy. So definitely give that a shot. One of the things that's really apparent here, it doesn't matter whether or not you've got a terrible candidate who you know is going to be spreading misinformation or disinformation, or you've got a candidate who's really, really good at what they're doing and you're really happy with the outcomes, or anywhere in between on the spectrum. You've got to be paying attention to what your elected officials are up to. You've got to know full well what it is that they're proposing, how they're going to do it, and what the end outcomes are. And if you agree or disagree, feedback is always going to be the best way, the most constructive way to get anything across the line, to learn more about what's going on, and to make sure that you're heard. Hello there, YouTube video viewers. This is an exclusive just for people who are watching this video on YouTube. I don't know how many there will be, probably not a huge amount at the moment, but I just wanted to let you know that I've recently unlocked an achievement. The community tab is now open on my page. I don't know how it happened. I don't know which magician decided to open that up and unlock the gates. It's probably a terrible mistake, but feel free to join me over there. I want to start conversations if I can around some of the content that I've made. I'd love to hear what you think of it or what you think could be changed, other sort of content that you'd like to see on this page. All feedback is good feedback, and if it's nasty feedback, you're going to get blocked. So just remember that. But go check it out, community tab on my page. Just follow the link with my name on it, I guess, and I hope to see you over there soon.